Hello folks, Fuzzfinger here. Thank you for joining me as we continue on with Final Fantasy XIII-2. So I've just left the Arcalite Step and I've come to the Augusta Tower 300 AF just to do some farming so that we can level up our Cloud Burst, which we've just collected. We need to collect potent engines and we'll need quite a few of them. I highly recommend you level the monster up to 15, but I've actually leveled him up to 20. If you can do that and you have the patience, it'll be really beneficial. If you do level it up to 20 as I do, then you'll find it'll have around 600 in the magic stat, and that will make it really powerful for this point in the game. When you've leveled up the Cloud Burst, then obviously keep it in your party. It can replace the Albino Lord or whoever else you are currently using as your Ravager. And then you can head to the Sunleft Waterscape, and we've just basically made the next boss a pushover. So we'll do that now. Okay, so we've weakened the boss in the Arcalite Steps. He's no longer feeding on all those flan that were coming through the paradox, which means he's a lot smaller and a lot more manageable. Go ahead and set your active paradigm as Tri-Disaster, which is 3 Ravagers, since Snow will act as a commando for us. And when you're ready, head down the eastern of the 2 paths, the one we haven't yet explored, and just run to the waypoint. Obviously, it's going to start the encounter, so do make sure you're ready. But if you have a level 20 Cloud Burst, then you won't be having any issues with this boss.
You really don't know when to quit.
The good thing about the Cloud Burst, as I mentioned before, is the Feral Link. As you can see, it's fully buffed me up. So if you can have that ready for the start of the battle, it will make the boss even easier. And then just stay in your Tri-Disaster paradigm and just burn him down. To be honest, I'd say the idea is to stagger him quickly, but as I did this, as the boss came staggered, it was pretty much the end of the fight anyway, so this Cloud Burst really is a powerful ally. You can actually launch this boss if you're so inclined. Not that it was really that important to do so. And there we have it, very easy. And another fragment and a nice bunch of CP.
Solo was a bad idea.
You knew you had no chance of winning. Why did you even try?
Fang and Vanille, I guess. I knew it was stupid. But the pillar is getting eaten away bit by bit. I can't just stand by and watch. Not when those two are in danger.
You couldn't just sit still and wait for help, could you? Typical.
Hey, I do what I do, alright?
You're the worst of them all. I hate your kind. You think you're everyone's protector, everyone's hero. But who do you save, really? Do you even realize how useless you are? Do you realize what you do to the people you're supposed to protect?
Now you wait just a damn minute. You've been looking after Sarah. And back in your own time, you protected your village and your friends, am I wrong? Seems to me, you and I are pretty much the same.
No. You don't get it. You don't know anything. You're wrong. We're not the same. I couldn't protect anyone.
No? You know what? Forget it. Maybe you're right. But you've got to survive. Because if you don't, then neither will anyone you love. Listen. I'm sorry I charged in on my own.
Snow.
I guess what I'm saying is, you keep looking after Sarah for me, okay?
Huh? Snow? What's happening?
Time is up.
Wait, but we resolved the paradox.
Maybe that's the reason. The timeline is correcting itself. Things that don't belong in this era are disappearing. Snow is a contradiction. He comes from a past that no longer exists.
No! Stop it! I won't let you go!
Sorry, Sarah. I can't be with you here.
No! Please don't leave me! I can't lose you over and
It'll
over!
be okay. Heroes never die.
Secret. But how?
See.
Snow!
This is what it means to change time.
Why did he have the brand? Who made snow on the sea? Why?
He might not have been forced. Maybe it was something he asked for.
Not in a million years! Who would be insane and stupid enough to do that?
What if you needed to protect someone, and you could only do that with the power of the l'Cie?
Everyone knows what happens to l'Cie. Succeed or fail, they're doomed.
Snow only cares about the people he's trying to protect. Damn the consequences. Damn himself. If it means helping my friends, I'll gladly become a l'Cie. Sound like something he'd say?
And you hate him for that.
Yes, I hate him. But I understand him too.
That's it. I've decided. Snow is always putting himself in danger, trying to save others. So, I'm going to save him. When I became a l'Cie, he did everything he could to help me. Now it's my turn. I swear, I won't stop until I find him again.
Okay. And I'll make sure you do. He asked me to look after you, remember?
When two people part and go their separate ways, their memories split as well. Some people wish they could go back and be together like before. Others look forward to the day they can meet again. Sarah, the future is yours. Follow your path. Don't stop now.
So there's the artifact. We need to unlock the final gate in this level. Or this area.
Cocoon should hold now, for a while longer at least. The rest will have to leave to Hope and the other researchers.
So just continue on heading south. And you might want to take some time just to make sure this area is now fully explored. You can get to 100% in this time zone. Keep saying time zone, this time area, I guess. So just head over to the waypoint and then you can use Mog and the Moogle throw to collect that artifact.
That's way out of reach. Looks like a job for Mom. Leave it to me, Chocobo. Hi.
And now once we've collected the artifact, it's just literally a case of running to the gate on the west hand side. So it's just down this path and over this stump. And then we can see it as the waypoint anyway. And there's only 2 fragments to collect in this area, and we actually have them both now. So the only time you'd really want to return here is if you haven't fully explored, or if you wanted to access a paradox ending to the game by killing the boss we've just killed at full strength without weakening him. Obviously you'd have to close the gate to do that. So anyway, let's move on. I'm spending my Crystarium points. You'll need 10,200 points for this expansion, which you should easily have got by farming your monster materials to level your Cloudburst. And what I'm doing is putting 9 points into, this is for Sarah, 9 points into her Ravager roll, levelling that to 58, and 11 points into her Medic roll, levelling that to 30. And for her Crystarium expansion, I'm going to select the Medic bonus boost. And for Noel, we're going to level his Commando roll up to 69, level his Ravager roll up to 50, and level his Medic roll up to 35. And we're going to give him the Commando bonus boost, level 2. And that's it for the Crystarium, for now. We are going to need about 16,000 points for the next expansion, so make sure you start collecting those. And when you're ready, use the gate and use the artifact. And that'll return you to the Historia Crux.
Okay.
Shall we?
Let's.
Will you allow this?
It is not for me to decide.
Okay, and now back at the Historia Crux, things are looking very strange again. So let's select the Void Beyond. And see if anything else has opened up here for us since our last visit.
Another detour?
It's easy to get lost when you leap across time, Chocobo.
We can go back to the gate anytime. Let's take a breather.
Oh, thanks.
Say, Sarah. You remember when you told me that you saw lightning in me, in your dreams?
Chocobo?
Yeah.
Are you still having them?
No. The last time I saw lightning was the night before we met. Although, I've had lots of dreams about what happened the next day.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
I was just curious.
Alright. My turn. I want to know about Yule.
I don't know anything about either of the Yules you met.
What do you mean? She could be a time traveler, right? Just like you and me and Snow.
I don't think so. She's like a reincarnation. A new Yule born over and over. In each generation of the Farseers, a girl with the same face, the same power is born. That girl is always called Yule.
So you're saying every age we travel to, there's a different Yule waiting? A Yule from Erba and a Yule from Yasha's Massif.
But they're all different. And neither are the Yule I knew. Although it took me a long time to actually start believing it.
Chocobo.
Noel, I've been thinking. If we keep traveling through time and resolving paradoxes and changing history, doesn't that mean the future you come from will change along with everything else?
Perhaps it'll become a future where I never existed.
Is that possible?
Sure it is. But it's okay if it does. There's too much sadness in my world. Your future. It'd be better if it never happened at all. Well, come on. Let's go. We've got a date with lightning, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chocobo?
Something looks different from the last time we were here. Mog, is this even the same place?
This is the void beyond, Kubo. It's just one of the many shadows of Valhalla to be found, Kubo.
So it looks similar, but it's really a separate world. That's why there are all these little differences.
Makes sense. Let's go see what changed.
Okay, so all we need to do while we're here is collect 2 new treasure chests, both of which contain a gate seal for us. Again, as in the last time we was here, the same as that, we'll have to use our Moogle throw to collect both chests. So the first one's just over there, and then the other one is just on the other side.
That's my Mog.
And there's the second one. I can just about see it.
Go, Mog.
Yes, go Mog. He's a very robust little thing, isn't he? You bounce him off all sorts of hard surfaces and he just comes back unharmed. And if you want to, you can interact with his crystal here.
This throne. I remember it from my dream. This is where lightning was praying to the goddess.
And there's nothing else to do here for now, so you can just return to the paradox. And the Historia Crux should, hopefully, be back to normal. So we're now unlocking 2 new areas in our Historia Crux, Academia 400 and Serendipity Year Unknown. And we're actually just going to pop over to Serendipity first of all. There's a couple of things we can do there, we're literally just going to be a minute or 2. Although there are some games, being a casino and all, there's slot machines and stuff like that, which you're welcome to have a play around with. I don't feel the need to at the minute, although there is a fragment that you can collect from the slot machines. But we'll sort that out later when we come back.
A staff of surpassing beauty, and a proprietor who was more than human. Only those blessed by Lady Luck would ever stumble through its legendary doors. And now, as if plucked from a children's storybook, that very palace looms invitingly before Sarah and Noel.
For now though, we're coming to collect an easy fragment, and also we're going to collect our first 2 Fragment Skills, which I'll explain in just a moment once we reach them.
Wow, check it out. What is this place?
I don't think it's a theme park. Maybe a casino? But I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, I guess it's worth taking a look.
There's a treasure chest we can collect once we've got control of the party once again, just over to the left, which has 3 casino tickets in, which are very useful for this place. And once you're ready, just speak to the person at the gate for a brief cutscene and then continue in.
Welcome to our timeless paradise, Serendipity. You guys are travelers lost in time, right? Is this your first time here?
Wait, so you know who we are?
All sorts of people come here for different reasons. Don't worry, we won't try to get in the way of you having fun. In this place, we're all just servants of the goddess. You might know her as Lady Luck.
I don't really know much about gambling or placing bets.
All the better. You've heard of beginner's luck, haven't you? To play the games, you'll need to purchase some casino coins from the exchange desk. Go, enjoy!
So our first port of call, once we've entered the casino, is through this door here on the left. and we're going to collect 2 Fragment Skills. Once it's loaded, just go and speak to the Mystic.
My dear travelers of time, I see you have in your possession some fragments. Do you know their power?
Well, we're not exactly sure what they do.
Those fragments are remnants of a time past. The goddess's will is that they fall into the hands of those with the purest of hearts.
So are they something we're supposed to have, or?
You too are their rightful bearers. You will find more as you continue your journey in the outside world. Come back and present them to me, and I shall grant you a humble gift. It is clear as day. You were the ones chosen by the goddess. The fragments you carry are proof of her faith in you. If you present me with any...
Now, as you complete certain objectives and collect fragments for different areas in the game, you'll unlock new fragment skills. As long as you follow the walkthrough with me, then I'll explain when and where we can get them. For now though, we've just collected Mog's Manifestation, which improves our Moogle throw and lets us collect treasure which we normally wouldn't be able to collect. The good thing about this is we can collect monster crystals just by throwing Mog. Some one-of-a-time monsters, which we'll also explain as we get to them. And we also collected the Haggler Fragment skill, which basically increases the sale price of stuff we sell to Chocolina.
Do you have a Chocobo in your party? You need to register your Chocobo and he'll be able to participate. You can win casino coins by betting on the races. Why don't you give it a try?
Chocobo racing is probably one of the pinnacles of this area. We're not going to do it yet since we need a good Chocobo. We need our own. And we'll be getting one in a bit, but we haven't got it yet.
Speaking of which, I wonder how Saz is doing. He used to have a little chocobo.
Anyway, for now, just speak to this little Chocobo over here for a fragment. And that's all we need to do in Serendipity for the time being. But obviously, you feel free to have a look around and play some of the games and that. Oh, in regards to your fragment skills, I forgot to mention, you need to actually open your main menu. The option will be there, Fragment Skills, and you need to turn them on to activate them, or you won't be able to use them. But since we've got those Fragment Skills, let's just take a very, very brief detour to the Arcalite Step, and we can collect a new monster crystal by using our new Moogle throw. So we need to run to the first, if you remember, the first cactus waypoint that we unlocked, which is just in the main plains area. You can see it from the camp. And when you reach this cactus, this red cactus, you're looking for some red flowers that are just around the area somewhere. There they are. And you want to throw Mog into those flowers. And you've got a chance then of catching a new crystal, monster crystal called Chi-Chu, which is a very powerful commando once you've leveled it up. And it has some very useful abilities as well. Now, the reason I didn't actually get Chi-Chu then was because I forgot to do what I told you to do, and that's to activate the fragment skill in the menu. So now if I stop being a muppet, there we go, and turn that on, and may as well turn Haggle on as well. And hopefully we should have some better luck. There we go. We've got our new monster crystal. There's actually a few crystals scattered around the world that we can collect in this fashion. One of which we'll be collecting in a little while is the silver Chocobo, which is either a very powerful sentinel, or you can use it in the Chocobo races and pretty much guarantee a win every time. But we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. I'll cross that when we come to it. So we've got Chi-Chu, and you can level him up if you want to, or if you want to carry on working on your red Chocobo, who is also one of the best commandos in the game. Especially if you want to use 3 Chocobos in your Paradigm pack. You can actually use an ability called Pack Mentality then later on. That's if you want to go down the route of using all Chocobos. But if not, then Chi-Chu's an excellent commando. So, I haven't really got many monster ingredients to level him up much at the moment, though, unfortunately. And being a commando, I would recommend you use potent monster crystal things or power ones, since power obviously gives him extra strength, and the potent are good because they're just good for all round leveling. Anyway, you can return to the Historia Crux once we've collected Chi-Chu. And now, you want to go to the Brescia Ruins 005. But before you do, make sure you've got at least 1 wild artifact in your inventory. If you've been following the guide, then you should have 3. But make sure you've got at least 1. Since we're going to be needing that now. And we're actually going to put the story to one side for the time being and work on collecting some of the optional fragments and going to some of the optional areas for the next few videos. You can jump on the Chocobo if you don't mind using the Glacial Green. You want to head to the tunnels in the southwest of the area. And we're heading to the gate, which we saw earlier when we were farming for the Albino Lobo. Remember, these were the tunnels we had to unlock with our cell key shortly after we got the Moogle throw. If you haven't been following the walkthrough all the way and you want to know how to unlock these tunnels, then just go back to the video that I think is called Return to Brescia Ruins or something, near the beginning of the guide anyway. So dismount your Chocobo and use your wild artifact. And like I say, we're doing optional stuff now, so this artifact has unlocked, or this gate, sorry, has unlocked the Brescia Ruins 300 AF. That'll be available on your Historia Crux, and when you're ready to watch the next video, go there next.